Alright, what is going on everyone? It's Max with Trades back with another video. Today I'll be going over how I made $137 trading the NASDAQ on the paper account today on Asia. So this is a trade I took on Asia. I'll break it down first, but first I actually want to get into New York because I traded New York and Asia today. So I want to get into New York on the S&P, so a different index today. So most of the trades are always on NASDAQ, but this trade was on S&P. So if I'm being honest, last week New York session has been fucking me, like literally raping me. It's been really bad. Uh, I think I've lost one, but most of my trades have always been like I haven't got a good like most of my trades have been break even, or I haven't even got a proper setup, and that's like that I find so frustrating that like obviously if I'm like losing trades emotionally, that's something I can fix. But if I can't even find a setup to enter, that's something that's wrong with my model, and that's what scares me. But today we actually had a pretty solid entry on my model. Uh, and then we ended up getting stopped at a break even, and price ended up reversing up to the upside. So like I said, this is literally what I'm talking about. It fucked me right here. Like in that New York session, fucks me. I literally made on the same like okay, S&P, Nasdaq, whatever. I still made money on Nasdaq tonight on Asia, but New York's been fucking me. I haven't made money on New York from a week. I made $250 a week ago on one trade on New York, and that was blessed. I'm not like thank you. Then I haven't made money on New York ever since. This is my first, and I break even. I think I got three break evens. I didn't trade 2 days, and I lost a trade and break even here. So basically, going to the day, let's break it down. So all time highs, like we've been the last 2 weeks. So obviously, like shorts are highly not preferred. I guess that makes sense. Like we don't want the short unless it's an A++ setup. But yeah, coming to the day, we had unfilled 4 hour gap down here. Good draw on liquidity. We were trading pretty much all time highs. Nothing really much we could do. In terms of a high time frame standpoint, we had all this liquidity up here on the S&P. A lot of this liquidity we ended up taking out on New York session, which gave us kind of bullish incentive to want to push higher on Nasdaq. Want to push higher overall. Check up on Nasdaq as well. Same kind of idea. We had this liquidity stored up here. All this buy side liquidity. You can kind of mark it out. I guess you can see like from here, all the liquidity was kind of stored up for us there, and really coming down to the hourly, you can see it more. 4 hour, see it more, and really, so we hopped on. Really, it was just kind of like liquidity. It was this liquidity sweep of London session lows. So we hopped on to Nasdaq here. So this is market open. Skirt it back. When's market open? Right here. So this is market open, and let me turn my session indicator on so you guys can see properly. There you go. So you can see that right off market open over here, we came down and we stepped out London lows. Wait, no, sorry. This is New York. This is the trade. This is from here to here. This is New York, right? So I'm just gonna skirt this back, I can't lie. This thing to show you where New York was from. So New York was from here, 8 a.m. to like what 10, right? We can say that. Right, so this is like where I was trading on New York. It's kind of confusing because I have Asia set up here as well, but I just want to show New York happening here, and all these trades are break even, so nothing deep there. So literally, this was New York, 10 to 11 right here. So as you can see, we had these London lows stored up here, and we had Asia lows up here, down here. So what's one thing you don't notice? One thing we know. One thing. Sorry. My bad. What's one thing you notice here? The New York session from here, remember these two lines over here, did not take out these London lows. We just ended up going higher, right? So what can you assume happened on S&P if we went higher? If we went higher on Nasdaq without taking out these lows, what can we assume happened on the S&P? And I was looking at this, I'm like, I can immediately tell that there was an SMT and a liquidity sweep on the S&P 500 because there's no reason for an index to go up without taking out these clear lows. So as you can see, I'll mark out New York just to make it easier for you guys to understand. Here, here. As you can see, what did market do? We had these, remember, we had London lows here, Asia lows here. Market came down, and we fully swept out with this candle down. We swept out these London lows. So what did this do? Two things for us. It took out a key level, which is good because it's liquidity for the upside, and we created a 5-minute SMT. So now looking at this, I'm like, these are clear longs. We're at all-time highs, 5-minute SMT, and the 5-minute London's liquidity sweep, as well as kind of drawing into some of this passive liquidity on Asia. We kind of drew into this liquidity stored up here. We just kind of set that up down here as well, right? So again, immediately I go back to my model. I'm like, finally, I'm salivating. I'm like, yo, fuck, let's go, bro. Fuck, like, I'm literally better popping, like, I'm just about to nut in this trade because I'm like, bro, generally, like, it's been so long. Like, I've been starved, bro. It's like, I mean, it's like if you goon for, you can't goon for, like, time. That's how you feel, bro. Like you're like on, it's no, not November, basically, bro. Like, generally, it's a good analogy because, like, the whole, like, week before I was not able to take a trade because the conditions weren't setting up. So I was like, I couldn't goon. But now I can finally because I see a good setup, right? So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, fuck it, I'm like happy, right? I'm like excited, it's about to be blessed. So what I do is I wait for the first, sorry, that was bad, but I wait for the first bullish candle to form right here, right? And I mark out that equilibrium. So as you can see, this tool right here is the equilibrium, just literally the 50% line of that candle. And then I scale out to 1 minute. Oh shit. I scale up to 1 minute. Where's my trade? Boy, right here. So basically, we wait for the retest, which is literally right here. We came down, perfectly respected this 50% level. I'm like, this is literally, I'm gooning right now. Like not right now, but like when I was taking this trade, I was gooning because like generally, look how perfect this is. And then we wait for this 1 minute. There's a fair value gap right here. I'm just not going to mark it out, but you can kind of see that right here, right? With these candles over here is a little fair value gap. Inversed it right here. I literally entered right over here, went all the way up. And here's the thing, I'm targeting these pre-market highs, pretty much all-time highs. But like what I do in my New York model is I target very, very high, but I have like partial levels. So basically how this works is like say I have, I'll draw it over here and make it simple. Say I have these highs up here, came down, I have these highs up here, I came down, I have these highs up here, and price is over here, and my entry is like right here, right? What I would do in my New York model is like, I would enter and I would target all of these highs up here. But at every single point of these highs, at every single key high, I would take take profit, I would take, sorry, it's really bad, 50% off here, right? 50% off my trade, and I would move my stop loss to break even. Here I'd take 25. And then at the final TP, I'm closing the final 25. This is normally how my structure goes. Obviously, it's dependent on trade. This is how I work on my New York model. I take off partials at certain key levels. But if I was trading Asia, normally what I would do is an Asia session, because Asia, again, we know it's not as volatile. I would literally take my full TP 100% at the first key high, right? But on New York, it's a little different. I know New York is more capable of moving those long distances. This is why I target these long areas. But I'm not saying that, I target unrealistic levels. I do, in a sense, I'm targeting very high levels, but I have points where I take my profits earlier. So then again, it's not like I'm banking all my, for lack of simple words, not like I'm going all in on one take profit. It's more like I'm spreading out my position to maximize profit over a different key level. That's kind of the way I approach it. That's kind of what I do. So that's why, if you look at this trade, like I was targeting literally these highs, but they're on these highs over here. But on the 1 minute, it's important to see that we had multiple key levels. I know I'm going a little in depth here, but I just want to talk about this trade. Like it's a really good trade to kind of understand and talk about because it's a good setup. I don't need this to be this long. So yeah, we had these key levels over here. High. Yeah, all these highs up here. And initially I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, bro, I'm like, there's no key 5-minute high for me to take out, right? And there's no area for me to go. There's no area. Sorry. At this high, I'm like, okay, this is like the most obvious right here. This is the most obvious kind of high in against our position. So I think when we take that out, I'll go break even. So we ended up smashing through that right here. I mean, I went break even at this point. In my mind, though, I'm thinking it's not worth it for me to go partials here because I know price might push up to these highs over here. Oh wait, sorry, what am I doing? Actually, on God, my position was up here. My fault. I was targeting these London highs. So you can see where it kind of gets chill, like right. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm looking at the 5 minutes. I mostly trade on the 5 minute on New York. In my mind, I'm thinking, look, like we're targeting these massive London highs up here. And I'm looking like, imagine this is like my point of view right here. I'm literally like this bullish candle. I'm like, okay, good. We have some bullish momentum. The only point I'm seeing that makes sense for partials are these highs, and I get there's a 5 minute for value gap here. But then again, like we had so many bullish confidence. I'm like, bro, we're gonna rip through this, and we almost did, low key. But the only partial point I was thinking in my mind is like, it's got to be only these highs, right? That's what I was thinking in my mind. And my full TP was here, maybe partial there again, right? At this lower high. So like that's what I was thinking in my mind, but I did go break even earlier, just considering we had this 5 minute SMT, so it was good position management. Like I don't blame this trade at all. It's just annoying that we literally, like I circled it before I started filming. Like we got stopped out literally right here by a hair of a wick, and we ended up reversing fully, taking hitting a take profit. So stopped that break even. It is one of these, and we reversed upside and we took full TP. So unfortunate turn of events on Nasdaq on New York, but it was a really good setup. I don't mind the trade at all. Like I do enjoy it. I do enjoy this trade. Like I said before, I don't want to go into detail about what I said before in this video, but you can replay it. Just generally what happened, right? So it was a good trade. I mean, it was a good trade, good setup, good thinking, good not good outcome, but good process in terms of management. Like we had to go break even there because it was internal high. It's 5 minute bearish FVG. We had to do that, but it just didn't work out for us, and that's fine because we fucking locked in for Asia, made $140. Let me show you this trade. So basically, man's just preying 5 minute lows over here, right? And New York just dumped. And bro, like if New York, if we're at all time highs, let's just think about this. If we're at all time highs and New York dumps, taking out all of this liquidity, Asia almost, look, he almost previous day lows on New York. We took Asia lows, London lows, New York lows. Look, right before Asia opened, in my mind, I'm like, bro, this is so free for longs. So I'm looking for longs. I'm looking for longs. So basically, the thing you want to we have to make sure of is this big 5 minute FVG, which I marked out here, right when Asia opened. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna wait for price to actually show me some bullish confidence either within or after this FVG. Like within being like what I entered, like in the between the FVG or after it. I'm not gonna enter right here on this point, right. I'm not gonna enter right here, like right before that FVG. So basically, all I essentially did was I'm just looking for literally just continuation bullish confidence to the upside. I have my notes here. I'm gonna pull it up because I remember I journaled this trade. What did I say I was gonna do? What did I say happened? I think it was the SMT story. So basically, what happened was the main point of this trade is if you go on the 5 minute, I'm being patient here. I'm just waiting for a solid continuation, so I guarantee I know I'm going to the upside. So basically, I'd mark out, yeah, right here. So I'm gonna move the position over like this, so you guys can see it clearly. You can see the arrow as well where I entered. So I have this 5 minute bullish FEG here. Price comes down in the middle of a bearish FEG, retraces this 5 minute FEG and has positive displacement upside. And I'll show you in the 1 minute how that looked like. So the 1 minute, the positive displacement was off this 1 minute FEG, right? Right here. In my mind, I'm like, that's golden entry. I have a 1 minute FEG, positive displacement, and I have a 5 minute FEG, positive displacement. And we're like, all time highs, New York dumped, all this. We took out a bunch of liquidity. We're looking for longs, and I just entered there, and that was perfect. Did I have any SMT? Let me check. Let me check my notes, my journals. Because I journaled this trade literally right after I took it. Yeah, it was just a pure continuation tree. Yeah, there was no SMT. No, there was. Okay, basically, before Asia opened, right here, we can see New York Nasdaq took out these equal lows here, right? Relative equal lows. Nasdaq took them out, whatever. Pull up the S&P 500. Oh, it was here. Was it here? I think it was SMT before Asia opened. I think it was here. So you can see Nasdaq kind of took out this low. I mean, S&P like was equal lows with that. Fuck, bro. Where is it? Yeah. So Nasdaq fully took here. Sorry, this is the SMT. Right before Asia, Nasdaq fully took out this low. As you can see, came down, fully took out the low over here. Let's skirt back to the S&P. Chill. We did not take out this low fully right here. Not take out this low. So 5-minute SMT, which eventually led us to that 5-minute FEG retracement and the 1-minute FEG retracement we just entered. And you guys might be thinking, bro, like it was a 1 almost 4 risk reward ratio, but look how much higher. Oh, I could have made all this money. And realistically, I should targeted all these highs, but in my mind, think about my mental position, bro. I know like, oh, mental trading, that's your emotions or whatever, bro. Generally, I saw $140. I'm like, bro, that's my TP at this high. I was targeting this high. In my mind, I'm like, bro, I've been fucked by Nasdaq. My booty hurts, bro. Like, I already got fucked this morning by Nasdaq, bro. Like, generally, like the whole week, I've been getting break evens and like him not hitting full TP, and I'm like, bro, you know what? Just allow me this once on this trade, and I cashed out full TP. Obviously, this one time I didn't extend my take profit. It was the one time it actually went up and hit my final take profit. But it is what it is. We still cashed out. Thank God. You know, I'm grateful. Made $140 on the account. Like, it's good trade. But obviously, there's things we need to improve on. There's things we work on. Finally, we got a decent setup in New York. We just got break even. That's just unlucky. But overall, it's a good day today. Things we need to work on. Things we need to improve. But I'm not complaining. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Good day. Tomorrow's the last day of trading Asia. It's Thursday, and we'll have the break. Then we'll trade New York Friday. It's my rest Friday as well, so I'll be staying in. And like today, I was really working out and trading S&P. So like I wasn't fully focused, but still I got caught a good setup. But whatever, it's cool. So anyway, that's enough for today. Catch you guys tomorrow. That's Max Trades out.